Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today we're going to be talking, it is a little smoky in here. Sorry I'm burning stuff out there. We're burning leaves and stuff. We're getting ready to do some gardening. It's Valentine's Day, but some of it's rolling back into here. We are going to talk about this, using a bag target to isolate and correct any of your issues. I just bought this bag target. My other one I left in Michigan when I left there, and I hadn't got one since. And this one here is a steal of a deal here, actually. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. I bought this on eBay for 29 bucks, and it's a pretty good target. It's, like I said, just on eBay, and there was a million of them being sold by tons of different people. But, you know, it's a bone collector. It's a pretty good sized target right here, as you can see. Pretty thick, very heavy, nice bag. I just threw it on this little rack that I got right here. So I could just set it right there for this kind of thing for shooting this way. And I'm doing it in here because that way it's in here, and I can do it in a rain too. So I can use those rainy days to do this practice that I'm trying to accomplish here. But what we want to do, you watched my other video on how I'm giving up on all shooting techniques and all that crap. I'm not dealing with it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to isolate and work on my problems. For example, my release, which is what I'm working on right now. I do not want a pull-through release. I do not want that release arm coming back. I do not want any of that. That's not the way I shoot. It's not what I'm looking for. I want my release to stay right here and rock solid and not move is what I want. That's my goal. And so I also had told you guys in that video that when I'm shooting at a target to hit a target, I only want to focus on that spot on that target. I do not want to think about my release, my bow arm. I do not want to think about anything. It's purely 100%, sorry, smoke again there, purely focusing on the spot I want to hit when I'm shooting to hit a spot. In here, I'm not shooting to hit a spot. That is not my intention. All I need is to do is back it up and stop it. So what I'm doing here, if we reset this here so that you can see me sideways here, let's go here. How is this looking? That's going to be good. I grab my bow, and so what I want to do is I want to shoot. That bag target is right there. It's literally, you know, it's 5 feet from me. That's all I needed to do is stop my targets. That's all I want that thing to do. So when I'm going to do this, I'm going to focus purely on my release. So I'm not worried about where I hit on a target. I'm not going to see it because my eyes are going to be shut. I'm going to come back and draw, make sure I'm lined up to hit that target right there. Then I'm going to close my eyes, focus on my release, think about my release only, and then feel the release. And I'm going to do that over and over again. That is going to, this whole session of 40 or 50 arrows or whatever I decide to shoot is strictly going to be focusing on that release. Another day, I'll strictly focus on my bow arm. Get lined up, bring it in, close my eyes, focus on that bow arm, and push forward and boom, and do it. And I will focus on that. I will never focus on everything at once ever again. I will never try to make sure my release is good, my bow arm is good, that everything is good, and try to hit a target. It's pointless. It's just stupid, in my opinion, for me. I can't focus on that much. When I'm shooting at a target, whether it's a 3D target or it's a deer or a hog or anything like that, all I want to do is focus on where I want to hit. Think about nothing else. Nothing else matters. Hit that spot. In here, only thing that matters is what ice or problem I'm isolating and working on. So it'll go like this. So we're going to come in here. We're going to line up. It's all about the release for me right now. So we're going to come in, get set, draw back, close my eyes, focus on that release. That's all I'm doing right now. That's all I want to do. Nothing else matters. As long as I'm sticking it in that target so it doesn't go through my wall, I'm a happy guy. And I'm right there. So I'm drawing back, coming in, closing my eyes, release. And I'm just focusing 100% on that release is all I'm doing. Nothing else matters. Close my eyes. Feel the release. Know it. Get used to it. Let my body acclimate to it. That's all I want to do with this is just keep shooting over and over again purely for the release. So my body gets used to that and that becomes second nature. That's all I'm doing. Just focusing on the release, the shooting of that release. By doing so, what I'm gaining is isolation correction on these problems, okay? These are the things that I need to work on myself, that I want to have corrected, or that I want to maintain and keep going right, but by doing it this way, I don't interrupt with my actual shooting when I'm doing it out there or in the woods. When I'm out there and I'm focused on an animal, pick that spot, lock on it, shoot it, that's all I want to do. Here is where I can make the corrections. Here is where I can make the changes. Here is where I can practice, basically. I can practice form type stuff, but never all at once. I'm not going to come out here and go, okay, I want to focus on my release and my bow arm and I want to keep everything solid. No, I won't ever do that again. Never. Here, I focus on one thing only, and then I work on it over and over again. Another day I focus on something else, work on it over and over again, and then when I go out there and I shoot, I notice the benefits. Okay, that's the advantage of this. So this here, that's what this is. This is not me trying to hit a certain spot. I'm not doing nothing. All I'm trying to do is get this to stop the arrow. My tips are oversized, so they fight at that bag target. You can see on here, my tips are bigger than my shafts are, so that's why they're catching. But that's all it is. Purely focus on my actual my release function on here. So this whole draw through the release stuff, not happening. Creeping, I want to beat the creep a little bit because I do have a tendency to creep a little on a shot. I'm okay with it. When I'm shooting an animal, I don't care. I'm focusing on that. But if I can beat that in here and have it translate to out there, that's a better scenario for me. So that's all I'm after. Bring it in, close my eyes, focus on that release. Right there, when I'm comfortable and I'm feeling that release. That's all I want. That's what I'm looking for. The cleanliness of that smoothness of it. And that's purely it right there. Just lock in and focus on the release. That's all I'm doing. Just going to do this over and over and over again, you know, for, like I said, 30, 40, 50 arrows, whatever I'm comfortable with, purely on that release. And I'm closing my eyes so I can feel it, sense it, and just absorb with all of my focus driven right into this hand, okay? Nothing carried over into anything else. No other minds, no other anything. When my eyes are shut, everything all of my attention is 100% right here in what my release hand is doing. Where it's staying, how my fingers are going, where the pressure is on my fingers, where I'm feeling it. All of that stuff relates right directly into that finger in that hand. And that's all I want to focus on, is that right there. So that is the whole purpose of having this bag target set up in here. This is where my form practice will happen. This is where my corrections will happen. This is where all of that fine detail will happen, so that when I go out in the yard, or like I said, when I go in the woods, when I'm hunting, strictly 100% focus is on that spot I want to hit. Nothing else matters. None of any of this will come into my mind whatsoever. I will fix all that and maintain it here. When I'm in the woods hunting, strictly focus on that spot. So, little tip for you, a good idea here. Simple little bag target. This one was 29 bucks on Amazon. You know, $29. Stick it anywhere you want to. You know, right here is perfect for me because I can come in here while I'm doing stuff and just shoot, even if it's pouring rain. And I'm not even changing my range that's out there. All my other 3D targets are set up out there and not being messed with. So it's kind of a win-win all the way around. I have that new boar target out here too. I've only shot a few arrows at it, but going to be a quick color change here probably. And you can see all the smoke coming from our fire we're burning there. But you can see there. Can you see? Yeah. But I got the new boar target. I got the deer target. You know, that kind of stuff. So we're set up and ready to shoot. But in here, this little spot right here is where that magic is going to happen for the form factor. This is where all of that stuff will come into play. This is where all those corrections will be made. And again, hopefully, I'll never have to think about it out there when I'm shooting in the real world. When I'm shooting at a spot I want to hit, all I want to focus on is that spot. So there's a little tip for you. Good idea, some ways to think about. And I do promise you this, when you're shooting at this close distance, like I said, right here, like that, with your eyes closed, the amount of focus that goes into what it is you're trying to solve is tremendous. So for example, like I said, I'm focusing on my release. If I shoot with my eyes open, my mind has a natural tendency to want to think about other things as well too. If I shoot this with my eyes closed, I gotta be careful, I don't want to hit that light, so I gotta stay back here. But if I shoot that with my eyes closed, then there's no concern of any of that. It's purely, once my eyes shut, all of my attention gets diverted to this hand. I can't say it enough, but it's tremendous, the difference here. Eyes closed, focused, and there it is. And that's what I'm after. Something as simple and easy as that. So, little tip for you. Thanks for watching.